Welcome back to the Service Road. If you do not have the budget or the courage to be an actual racer, we'll show you an alternative. Take a look at this.
If you want to get into RC car racing, or if off-road crawling is more your thing, you can get things started here at Action Hobbies. Owner Roland Hermoso's love affair with RC cars started when he was young.
Well, I think I was 7 or 8 years old when my parents bought me. Actually, it was my brother who bought me my first RC. My parents didn't want me to have one because it was a bit expensive that time, way back. So I remember my brother bought the RC itself, then I bought the controller, and we were just playing with one battery. But apparently, during that time, my dad saw that maybe they saw it, we were bonding, me and my other brothers were 7 kids.
Wow.
But only 2 of us who really liked it. Then he saw that we have potential in playing with it and racing it, so he built us a track back home.
He went on to join competitions, raking in hundreds of trophies.
I started racing the RC cars. Then I could say I won a lot of trophies, awards.
How many championships have you won? Do you know?
Trophies maybe around 400.
Wow.
Yeah, that time.
His love for RCs prompted him to open his own shop.
We wanted to play for free. We just have a small stall, then started selling a few parts. Then I would remember that if we made money, then we could buy our own cars for free. We could get our own cars for free, then play around for free.
The shop now has 2 branches, one in Katipunan and another in Alabang. They offer practically everything you need to get into the world of RC.
For example, this is actually a, we call a nitro buggy. It's powered by gas, actually nitro gas powered cars.
Okay.
So we have an actual engine, an actual carburetor, a fuel tank. Then we have all the suspensions. It looks a bit complicated, but this one is actually a race car, an RC race car that we use. It's a scale model of Land Rover Defender. So it's also very nice to have one because after playing with it, you could store it, and it's very scaled and everything works. Like the winch also works, the lights also work.
Yeah.
This is an electric car, although we don't have the engine first and the batteries, but this is how an electric car, racing car looks like. It's belt driven, the gears are here, it's 4-wheel drive. This is what we use for on-road racing. As you can see, the suspension movement is shorter compared to the off-road ones. This is electric powered. It's also off-road, as you can see. There's no fuel tank, there's no carburetor, there's no engine, but there's an electric motor.
Ah, okay.
So you have 2 choices. It also runs off-road.
All
Because
right.
look at the suspension geometry.
You could see like the big tires also,
Yes.
that it's exactly for that.
Good for EDSA.
So that could withstand all the traffic there also.
Yeah, it could jump those buses.
How long does it take to build one?
Like this one. This is one good example of an RTR kit, a ready-to-run kit.
All right.
We have a body shell on top of it also. But this one is, you have to build it from scratch. So it comes in a box with all the parts, and then the instruction manual takes around, if you're excited, it could take a few hours.
Okay.
But some people who has work, it takes them days to build one. So we also give that service. If you want to have one, buy one, sorry, we could build it for you for a fee.
For someone who wants to get into it for the first time, what would you recommend that person to get?
Initially, I think I would ask him to tell him to get something that's easy for his budget, something that's cheaper. So if he likes the hobby, he could continue on or move up to another level. It should be a ready-to-run off-road electric car.
Why does it have to be the off-road kind?
So you could play it anywhere. Because on-road, although if he has a big lot or a big parking lot, or let's say nice, maybe if he lives in a village, a nice asphalted road, then it's good to buy the cars. Some people buy the on-road cars because of that. They play in front of their houses.
How about maintaining the RC that you bought?
Yes, like for example, this car in front of us, it's a customer car, so he's here to have it maintained by us. As I've said, the shop, we give the full, not only the full experience, but we take care of the customers after sales service also. So we have a lot of parts in the store, almost enough to build one car. Then afterwards, let's say like this, it really gets dirty, even the engine. So like I showed you a while ago, we opened one engine because there were dirt and let's say some grime went into the bearing. So my mechanics, they usually open it.
What's the feeling that it gives you whenever you complete the car and actually go ahead and race it?
Similar, I think it's similar to like being a race car driver. If you dreamt of being a race car driver, but it's a bit expensive to afford, it's almost similar. The feel, the excitement that gives you, and also, well, of course, it's much less than buying a real car and racing it. Maybe 1/10 the price of buying a race car, but the thrill, the excitement, is almost the same.
It brings friends together, and you also feel like a kid again. Do you get the same feeling?
Exactly. If you should see our races, it's not only kids that go. They're actually more grown-up people.
Why should they get into the world of RC racing?
Okay, that's a good question. Because not all of us, most of us are frustrated racing car drivers who couldn't get into the real cars. They go home, get their car, race in the street, which is bad actually. So I'd rather let you start in a track that's small. You get the same feel, you get the same excitement. I mean, if you buy a racing car, an RC racing car, you'd really feel that rush also. Although you don't feel it physically, but for example, when you're racing a car, all of your tensions go out in your fingers, your toes, your feet, your legs. But here, you're only controlling a small controller like this. All the jitters go here. So it's more exciting for me.
Living vicariously through these cars? I'm in. For all your RC needs, check out Action Hobbies.
Well, let's just leave the swag to remote control cars. That's it for today. Join us again next time as we accelerate solutions to your transport problems. I'm James Deacon. Have a great week and year, everyone.